Hey my beauties! My name is Kathyrn and I'm the girl behind VintageDisneybound. Sorry if the lighting's weird, it's like an hour till sunset, but I really wanted to film a video because I'm trying to take a break from studying. I just need a deep breather. So today we are talking about movies, but not just movies, we're talking about period movies. And no, I don't mean like time period movies, I mean like it's girl time, I got hormones, I am like emotional, I need my period movies, you know, girl problems. So I have TV shows and I have movies that I generally go to when I'm on my period, you know. And I know some of you may be awkward to talk about your period, you know, but I'm not really, like, even as my family, I will announce it to everyone, like, okay, I'm on my period, hello, watch out. You know, I'm that type of person. But whatever. I don't feel like I should have the need to hide it at all. So, I don't. I'm in my onesie, I am comfy, I got my comfy socks on. It's Nightmare for Christmas. I don't know if you guys can see it, but yeah. That was probably a bad angle, but it's Nightmare for Christmas. So let's start with TV shows since it's a shorter pile. So I have 4 of my favorite TV shows I'm drawn to. First we have Pushing Daisies. Don't know if anyone has heard of this show, but it's my favorite show. It only lasted for 1 season, but I still love it because I have it on DVD. So yeah. Basically, it's about this guy named Ted, I think. It's been a long time since I've watched it. What's the girl's name? Okay, basically, I forget it. It's about this guy and this girl that lived next to each other when they're younger. He ends up moving away because his mom died, because he has a special gift of bringing back the dead, but there's always a consequence, you know, magic always has a price, that if you bring back one dead thing, another dead thing will, within a certain amount of feet, will die. So he brings back his dog back to life, but then his mom dies, so then he gets sent away with social services and never sees his friend next door. So then she goes on a cruise ship, gets killed, she gets murdered, and then he brings her back to life. And now she's undercover, trying to hide from her aunts. Oh, I know. Before he moves away, he brings back his mom. But the girl's dad dies. She has to move away. That's it. She has not him, husband. She moves away with her aunts and goes live with them, because her only living relative was her dad. So then, and then he ends up killing his mom again by touching her second death. You can only touch the dead person once, which is really sad, because then he falls in love with the girl and they can never touch again, because they already touched her once, and if they touch, that means she's dead forever, never coming back. Kind of sucks. So then he's on this whole, now he's working with the police department when he's older, and he solves murder mysteries, you know, touching the person and touching them back and they're dead. So yeah, it's very interesting, it's very different, but I love it. It's like one of my favorite TV shows, and I wish they had another season with it, but sadly they don't. So yeah, next up is the classic. It's I Love Lucy. I have the complete series. I have all of the series, but this is the first season. This is my absolute favorite. This is the one I generally go to when I'm on my period. So yeah, it's really funny. You don't know you don't know what I Love Lucy is, then where have you been? Are you living under the rock? Because she changed the way of television. Go look it up and watch the episode, because it's amazing. Next is another classic. It's Hogans Heroes. It's basically about this band of soldiers who are in World War II. They are POWs, prisoners of wars, if you don't know what that means. They're this there's the leader, Hogan, who him and his ragtag are stationed to Stalag 13, a German POW camp. They are a motley crew of prisoners. They are full of mischief, like they do secret tunnels, and they have a secret lookout thing. It's really funny. If you don't mind it being in black and white, there is a couple episodes out there in color, but I generally go for the black and white ones because it's fun, and that's what it was first aired in. Last TV show I generally go for is Outlander, and not just Outlander in total. I know there's like 3 seasons going on 4, but the first season, because the first season was my favorite and made me fall in love with this show. I love this because, as you can see, the reflectiveness, it goes from Frank to Jamie, Frank to Jamie, Frank to Jamie. But this, my boyfriend got me, it's like a little book. It's like a collector's edition. I'm like, I love it so much. But the first season is my favorite. If you don't know what Outlander is, it's basically about this girl named Claire, who's torn between 2 worlds. She is from the 1940s. She was a World War II, I think it's World War II, nurse. And her husband was part of the, I think, coding for World War II. His name is Frank. They go on a holiday to Scotland. I forget the town name, but I know it's in Scotland. They're from London. They're British. She ends up going to exploring the landscape throughout Scotland. Why Frank does his research for his degree. He's a history major, you know, and Scotland's full of history. So she ends up going through, she's touching these stones that are in a circle after a pagan ritual the night before was Halloween for Scottish version, okay, Sasween? I'm totally butchering it, but Halloween, basically the pagan ritual for Scottish and Gaelic and all that. Like Celtic pagan religion. Got me? Okay, good. I don't know how to say it. Sasween? I don't know how to say it. I'm totally butchering it. I'm so sorry. I cannot hear it out of my right ear, so I'm probably butchering it. Ooh, that's another side topic. I want to do a video that I've been seeing going around. First I saw it from Jessica. Don't know how to say her last name, even though she always says it. Jessica Fozard. If you don't know her, she's a deaf YouTuber who has disabilities, and she loves vintage, like me. So, and then there's Ricky. She is a deaf American YouTuber who talks about deafness, disabilities, same as Jessica. So those two have done a video where they do a video on what they can hear, on words they butcher, and what they think they sound like. I'm thinking about doing that video because I'm hard of hearing. I can't really hear out of my right ear. I'll explain another time, another place, another time with them. But just know I can't hear. I can hear about 50% in this ear. It depends on the frequency for certain things. So that may be why I might sound like I'm yelling, but I'm not really yelling. I'm talking very loudly, but to me it sounds like I'm talking normally. Like, for instance, if I put my headphone in and turn my laptop all the way 100, in this ear it would sound normal. And this ear I'm like, oh my god, it's loud, you know? But this would sound like it's like at 40 for volume. It's weird, I know. As you can see, it depends on the frequency. Anyways, we're back to this. So she goes through the stones after the pagan ritual the night before, and she ends up in the 1600s for Scotland. I'm going to make sure that's right. I am not quite sure. Let me see. Yeah. She goes to the stones. Oh, she went back to the 1700s, so 1743. And she runs into a fellow named Black Jack Randall, who goes hunting her and trying to rape her and do stuff to her. Yeah. But then she runs into Jamie, which is the other guy, and his band, his tribe of people. And they go back to Craignadoon, which is their little clan. And it's like a little chiefdom. They meet Colum and Dougal. Colum is the chief there, the head person. She later becomes their healer because she knows all about sorts about helping people and medicine and herbs and all that, and within the 18th century. But slowly, as they're journeying on, she falls for Jamie and ends up marrying him. Spoiler. But then they go on these crazy adventures, and you just have to watch the show if you have not seen it. It's pretty entertaining. There's a lot of violence in it, but there's also a lot of romance, so it's perfect like for both parties, I think, because it's a lot more violent than romantic in my eyes. I mean, like, for me, I don't like full-on romance movies. I hate full-on romance movies. Which is funny, except for Roma Period. I like full-on romance movies. Well, it's not really full-on. There's, like, some comedy. I like rom-coms. Rom-coms are my thing. But Outlander has violence and romance, so it goes within my way. Okay. Now for onto the movies. I have a weird collection here. This is only about a third of the movies I watch on my period, or what I'm in the mood for, so I just picked random ones and the ones that kept coming up in my mind, so. But this is just a third of my list. I have a lot more, but I thought I would narrow it down because I didn't want this video to be too long. If you want to see a part 2 to this, let me know and I will definitely do that. Okay, let's do the lovey-dovey ones. So I have 5 lovey-dovey ones. First we have Cant and Leopold, starring Meg Ryan and Hugh Jackman. It's about this, actually this is like a period movie. Like a time period. So we have Meg Ryan and Hugh Jackman, who are star-crossed lovers. Literally, they're star-crossed lovers. They are from 2 different worlds. He is from the 19th century and she is from the 21st century. So a little weird, you know, like he's about very proper and like chivalry and helping the woman, and she's like this 21st age woman, and it's like, no, I can do that myself. I don't need you, you know, that whole type of thing. And the last time he saw the Brooklyn Bridge, this is starting in New York, it was just getting started, and then he shows up and he's like, in 21st century New York, and he sees the Brooklyn Bridge. Done. He's like, oh my god, that's like a masterpiece. And people are like, it's just a bridge. It's like there's something used to it. To him, it's amazing because of the year he's from. That was the big thing back then, you know? And it's funny. It's a rom-com. It has funny moments, and it's cute, and it's romantic, and definitely a period movie for me. Next, another rom-com is Bride Wars. We have Kate Hudson and Anne Hathaway, who are 2 of the bestest friends, and they want to have each other as bridesmaids, but while they're planning their dream wedding at this plaza area, you know, this hotel that they've always dreamed of since they were little, since they got there, when they went there with tea and they saw a bride and they're like, oh my gosh, I want to go there, you know. But then there's a wrong turn of events and they end up having the same day for their wedding. So they go on to this little tidbit and try to destroy each other's weddings instead of helping each other. Yeah, so it's funny, it's cute. Then we're going totally lovey-dovey, The Vow, starring Rachel McAdams and Channing Tatum. It's about this couple who I think in a car crash, and she ends up getting amnesia. But the only thing she can remember is her past life before she met Channing Tatum's character. And he tries his hardest to make her fall in love with him again, but he has to set her free and let her find it on her own. They end up getting back together, but it's just so cute, and I just love their vows that they do. It's so cute. Oh, and then she ends up going back to her ex-fiance for a time bit, and then she realizes why she dumped him and went to Channing Tatum's together. So yeah, it's very interesting, and I just love their vows. They're so cute. I want those for my vows. We have an 80s film, which is Can't Buy Me Love. If you ever want to see McDreamy when he was younger, that is McDreamy. You know. Yeah, it's cute because you have McDreamy's character, which is like this total nerd, this total outcast character who wants to fall in love, who wants to get the popular girl's attention. So when the popular girl, Cindy, finds that she's in a desperate need of help, he steps in. Instead of buying his telescope that he's been saving up for months through mowing lawns and all that, he ends up helping her out by buying a new outfit that she ruined, which is her mom's, which sucks. But there's always a price to that, you know. He will only give her this money if she agrees to be his girlfriend. And so yeah, she's like, fine, you can be my boyfriend, but I have another condition to you. You have to change your style, and you have to make it look like you're popular, you know. He wants to be popular. He wants to be the cool kid. So in getting her as his girlfriend, he becomes popular and loved and liked. There are a few incidents where he's like, where he sits on the visitor side every football game, and then Cindy's like, oh no, that's just like psychological, you know, like it messes with their heads, you know. So yeah, and then everyone's like, oh okay, you know, just going along with it. It's cute. It's a little rom-com thing. Now I have another rom-com. I love rom-coms. I love a little comedy and a little romance there. I don't like Hallmark movies. You know, that whole like lovey-dovey sort of thing. I can't do straight romance. I have to have like violence or action or comedy with my romance. I just can't have it straight. So yeah. So you have a 90s movie now. We have Julia Roberts, Dermot, and Cameron Diaz, and Rupert Everett starred in My Best Friend's Wedding. It's a romantic comedy that basically you have these two best friends. So you have Dermot and Julia's characters who are the bestest friends, you know, my best friend. They've known each other since they were younger, and they have all these great adventures. But then she learns that, she's in love with her best friend, you know. And then she learns that he's engaged, and now they need a new maid of honor. And the new bride asks Julia's character, hey, would it be okay if you be my bridesmaid, my maid of honor? And she says yes to it, but then she tries to sabotage the wedding and tries to get Dermot's character to fall in love with her, and it's just funny and cute, and I love when they go out for lobster. You gotta watch the movie if you've never seen it. If you have seen it, let me know what your favorite scene is. Mine's the lobster buffet when they start doing the songs. My favorite. Would this count as a romance movie? Or is it just a good all-around movie? Because The Princess Bride, in my opinion, is not totally romantic. You know, because it's action, it has romance, and it has a little bit of everything in it. It's medieval. I think it's a good all-around movie. My mom does not like watching the movie, but I love this movie. So you get The Princess Bride, you have Wesley, and you have Princess Buttercup, who once was a farm girl and a farm boy, and he used to do chores around her farm, and he would always quote, "as you wish," and she had to figure out that he kept saying, "no, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, as you wish, as you wish, as you wish," you know. But then he has to go off onto an adventure to gain more money so they can get married, but he never returns. So she thinks he's dead. Then she goes off and marries Prince Humperdinck. I can't use the fuss sound. Fuss sounds are always hard for me. Humperdinck. But then Wesley comes back. And now he's the man in black. And he tries to steal back Princess Buttercup for himself. He does end up kidnapping her. Even though she got kidnapped in the first place. By these 3 bandits. Which are funny. And they each have a little thing. Like one is like a master swordsman. The next one is strength. You gotta feed him. And then one is like all about the mind and logic. You know, you gotta feed him for that. So he goes on through all 3 stages with all 3 bandits. And he wins every one. He ends up killing one of them because of poison. You know, you can, whatever, poison. You can't outlive poison unless you're Wesley. Then you're immune to it. And yeah, so whatever. You know, good guy always has to win. So the other 2 just like knocked out, you know, whatever. He ends up kidnapping Buttercup, and they go into the forest of no return. And they meet RUSs. You will only know what that means if you've seen the movie. If you don't know what that means and you've never seen the movie, watch the movie. Then you'll find out. So yeah, and then they counter that. Before that, she falls down a hill. Like, she throws herself down a hill. No, she throws Wesley down the hill. And then he repeats, as you wish. And she's like, oh my gosh. And then she tumbled right after him. I don't know why she did that. Why did she just run down the hill instead of just tumbling after? I don't get it. But whatever. Then they go into the forest because here comes Humperdinck. On to save his bride. But what? Buttercup has met her true love and does not want to get rid of him. And that's where I'm stopping because you have to watch the movie to know the rest of it. Bam! Anybody know this movie is one of my favorite childhood movies? Oh my god, it's Ferngully! Totally, like, is it from the 90s or from the 80s? From the 90s, 92, 2 years before I was born. So there's a rainforest, and it's called Ferngully. And you have these wing fairy things, and tree spirits who all live in harmony. You know, just living out their normal lives and everything. And then there comes these humans who are destructing the rainforest. You know, can't destruct the rainforest. I mean, they're only supposed to tear down the dead trees, but this evil guy, who is made of oil, who is voiced by Tim Curry, hey, best person ever. Rocky Horror, if you've never seen it, watch it. This bad guy who's made of oil decides he wants the whole rainforest cut down for himself because he wants to live off the land and destroy it. Yeah. But one sprite decides to want to save it all. And she's the next tree sprite. Sorry, lost my word. Tree sprite. The whole, like, ruler person. She's in training for it. It's her destiny to be it. So she wants to save it all. But she ends up shrinking a human down to fairy size. And he ends up seeing their point of view and what's going on with them and why he should not be destroying the trees and trying to help them and all that. And yeah, it's a cute movie. I love it. If you haven't seen it, definitely recommend it. Watch it with your kids if you have kids. It was one of my favorite kid movies, so yeah. Speaking of another kid movie, anybody see American Tail? It's another one of my period movies. I tend to watch a lot of anime movies when I'm on my period. Don't know why. This is going to be a streaming long video, isn't it? I'm so sorry. I'm rambling. So American Tail is about this young little mouse named Fievel. He is from Russia, and his family immigrates to America because there are no cats in America. Ha ha ha. Little do they know there are cats in America. So, ends up getting separated from his family and goes on this little adventure to find them, and he meets characters around. And yeah, so it's cute. It's very cute. I'm trying to keep these other movies shorter so I can like get on. The First Wives Club. 3 women who get divorced by their husbands. You have Bette Miller, Goldie Hawn, and Diane Keaton for the First Wives Club. They are in a battle of the sexes and want to make sure they get every penny they are worth for from out of their husbands. I want to make sure that every woman who gets divorced by their husband gets the same treatment. So they build this club to help women like themselves. 2 of them get officially divorced because they have like a midlife crisis, you know. One of the husbands actually gets with a younger girl, but then gets dumped and all that. Only one of them gets back together, and that's it. The other 2 get divorced, and it's a fun, very feminine, strong movie. Definitely watch it if you are a big-time feminist person. Now we're going to The Monuments Men. I don't know why I like this movie, but I just like this movie by period. I don't know why. There's something about history and learning new things just intrigues me. And I absolutely love this. There are these treasure hunters of some sorts who are trying to preserve art and monuments. Famous art and monuments throughout the cities that World War II. Yeah, 2 is in. They are tasked to go into Germany to find these masterpieces and preserve them and bring them back unharmed. A lot of things like Da Vinci and all that. So it's very history buff. If you're a history buff, I definitely suggest you watching this if you've never seen it. It has a lot of big names like George Clooney, Matt Damon, Bill Murray, John Goodman, and more. Last 2 anime movies, I had Mr. Peabody and Mr. Sherman, which is really cute. It's about this dog who adopts his kid. The dog is really smart, so he's trying to teach Sherman throughout all of the history, and I love learning about this because more history, you know, it's so cute. This dog is an adventurer, a scientist, and a genius who happens to be a dog, and his son Sherman, who they go on adventures together, and they go throughout the history because they're time traveling in this Wayback, I think that's what's called, Wayback. So yeah, and then but things turn to the worst when this girl in school is bullying him because he has a father who is a dog, and she's like, well, if your dad's a dog, then that must mean you're a dog, you know, so why don't you play fetch and like eat your food like a dog and, you know, eat kibble and all that, like just be a big bully. He ends up biting her, you know, because little kids bite, you know. I remember my mom telling me stories that I bit. And she would have to bite me, and my dad had to bite me back to make me stop, just like a dog. Hello, we are all like animalistic in our own little ways. Just saying. So I don't blame Sherman for doing that. So anyways, then Mr. Peabody has this brilliant idea to invite the parents and the daughter over for dinner. They get Sherman and the girl get in trouble by going the way back and going through time, and then she meeting Prince Tuck from Egypt, but she doesn't realize that once they're married, the Prince Tuck dies, and yeah, so it's just not, and then they try to get back to the present, but they trying to, they get mishaps all along the way, so they go throughout history, and it's really cute. Definitely watch it if you like anime movies like me. Kid at heart. Last movie that I have for you guys to share with, Secret Life of Pets. I can't wait for the second one to come out. Oh my god. So it's a comedy anime movie about, hey, shush. about what your pets do when you leave, you know? What should they do? So we have this dog named Max, and we have a human owner named Katie. Hello, my nickname. She brings another dog home, and Max thinks that the other dog is ruining his life, and so tries to kick him out. But they end up getting lost in the urban city. It's kind of like Toy Story, where Woody gets jealous of Buzz and then throws him out the window and then tries to go rescue him and all that, you know. Basically kind of that concept, but it's dogs instead. Dogs and pets and other things. So yeah, it's really cute. I like it. I can't wait for the second one. I'm going to watch the second one. Anyways, that is all for my time to share for you guys for my period movies. I'm running out of daylight. It just got really foggy. I'm so sorry that this is crappy lighting, but what do you gotta do when you do natural lighting? I don't know. I would love to know what some of your guys' favorite movies, or movies that you watch when you're emotional, or you need something comfort, or you're on your period. You know, let me know in the comments below. And what do you guys think about me doing that video with my hearing and what words I cannot pronounce? Give this video up if you think that's a good idea, or leave a comment below, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, girls. Bye, beautiful.